Hello, everybody. This is Jason Chapa, your instructor. We are broadcasting live. Sorry that I missed a lot of y'all's comments last week, but hopefully we can make up for it today. I do see one of you already joined in. I'll keep refreshing my main page so I can hopefully catch any questions that y'all have. Today I have my class open for an hour because I was thinking if any of y'all wanted me to interview you for a mock interview, we could do either practice or do the one for the grade. And I think either one of those would be a good way to get that major assignment done. I think next week I was going to actually do a practice speech presentation because the speech is, after the mock interview, the final major assignment. So, whatever people want to do, I'll be here to do that. If need be, I can do some more practice question and answers as well. Just let me know what y'all want to do, and I'll be here. And if you don't want to log in, what you could do is you could share some sample interview questions on the Google Hangout page, and I'll answer those to the best of my ability, as professional as I can. So let me go ahead and mute the mic and type out what I want to do for the board here. Yeah, I see no viewers yet, but hopefully y'all will get here. I know that usually, I think 12:15 is when we go, but hopefully y'all will join up. And like I said, next week I'll do some practice speech presentations. I have 2 that I've done for other classes that I'll share with y'all, but hopefully that will help y'all give a sample or an example of what y'all need to do. So right now I see 2 of y'all. So go ahead and just mention on the board or log in and tell me how I can help you for the class, because I think the 2 things that are really on the board are, 1, to finish the personal interview assignment. I know some of y'all have submitted it. If you did, it should be graded. 2, to get the mock interview done. Remember, for the mock interview, you can either send me questions and I can interview you over the phone, over Hangout like this, or I guess somehow in person, but that might not be possible. It'd probably be through Skype or something. You can also interview or get interviewed by someone. They don't have to be in the class, but you can record yourself, either audio or video, and submit it that way. And I'll give you some constructive feedback on what's going on why I give you the grade that you do. I'll give you some things that you did well, and I'll tell you all what you can do to improve your interviews for when you finally do get a job interview. Because the point of this mock interview is to prepare y'all for when you have an interview, whether it's for a job, whether it's for college, whether it's for an internship, just whatever. So cater the interview to that. And cater your questions to that, and I'll go ahead and help you that way. Yes, I hope that it's not too boring, but again, I don't have anything planned except to do anything to help you all. So as y'all get in, as y'all log in, feel free to mention any questions, and I'll cater this Hangout to what y'all want to do or what y'all need. Well, just to give y'all some help so that if anyone is wondering why we have this Hangout, I'll go ahead and give you some sample interview questions and answers so that y'all can go ahead and, like, if you need help with it, you can just know where to start. And I'll try and answer these in the context of being a high schooler. I know some of y'all are probably not yet, like some of y'all may have had jobs before, some of y'all may not have, but either thing you do, you can't do that. So I've gone ahead and gone to this website, cswoodstock.org, and had some interview questions. I'll post the link on the group so y'all can go ahead and see this. Go ahead and ask a question and then give an answer, because they do have some sample interview answers here, but it's more like, what you want to answer rather than do that. So first off, why do you want to work for this company? Why are you interested in this job? That's a question. And the tip they give is the interviewer is trying to determine what you know and like about the company, and whether you'll be able to, or whether you'll be willing to make a commitment to the job, and if your skills match the job requirements. I'll just go ahead and share the screen right now so y'all can see what I'm going at. So there you go. Why do you want this? Why do you want to work for this company? Why are you interested in this job? Your research will be a big help in formulating the answer to the question. Say as much positive things as the company as possible. Show your interest, whatever products or services they sell, and explain why the position fits with your career goals. So if you're going to work for a company like that's a chain, like let's say you want to get a job at Whataburger or Walmart or anything, you might get this question. The best thing to answer is just say what you know about the company, and make sure what you know is based more on research you've done, on things you've looked up about the company. Go to the company's website, go to the the Wikipedia article, read about them, read about news stories, and that way you can get a good understanding of how the company works. And then you say, I want to work anything. So let's say I wanted to get a job at Whataburger, and they asked me this question. I'd say, well, one thing is I'm a real big fan of the brand. I always loved coming here as a child and even as a young adult, and it's something that I would be proud to represent this company, because I just really like the food and I want to know how it works. I've been on the outside looking at y'all, making burgers and fries and all the food, but now I want to go behind the scenes and hopefully make a little bit of money learning how to work at a Whataburger. And I know that something that y'all really stress is customer service. I've never had a bad experience at a Whataburger, and I'd like to learn how to be a good employee as well as a good attendant to the customers, because I think that's a skill that I can really hold on to and really improve upon. So that's what you do. You say why you want the job. You don't say, again, that you want to get paid, that kind of thing. Okay, no one messaged. Now the next one. Have you done this type of work before? The interview wants to know if you can learn to do the job in a reasonable amount of time and how much training you'll need. So never say no to the question. Instead, stress the experience you do have that will assist you in learning a new job and quickly. No two jobs are alike, and you never do exactly the same work. In all jobs, new skills, rules, and details have to be learned. Be sure to mention the following: your past experience, your education and training related to the job, volunteer work, and transferable skills, as well as your ability to learn quickly and how quickly you've learned in the past. So this one's very important. Never say no or never say something negative to a job interview question. The reason why you don't want to do that is because if you say no, you already introduce that negativity into the mind of the interviewer. And right now, if you say no about something, they'll start remembering mentally more of the no's, because people tend to remember the negatives stronger than the positives. So that's why you want to say something like, while I've never had a job like this before, I have been in similar situations. So past work experience. If you've had a job in another restaurant, you could say that. If you haven't had a job, you can go with volunteer work. So maybe if you're getting the job at, like, say, Whataburger, but you haven't had work, you could say, well, I've volunteered at my church's soup kitchen, or I've helped my church or a community service organization give dinner on Thanksgiving. And it always gets pretty hectic, especially when you have a small amount of people serving a large congregation or a large amount of homeless persons. That way, it tells them, hey, you haven't worked here, but you were able to pick up the job quick enough to where you were able to help. And so volunteer work is very important in this regard, especially if you've not had a job before. If you haven't volunteered anywhere, go out and volunteer. Y'all are still young. It's going to be a great way to build up that resume. And in regards to transferable skills, anything that you've learned in class that you think would be helping. If you've been on a team and worked in a team sport, that's going to be something that you can use to show that I don't have skills working on this particular job. I am on, you see, the football team or on the volleyball team, and we train together. We win or lose as a team. It's never one person. And I think me being able to work well together in a team is going to be something that really helps me. Sorry about that. Tell me about yourself. Why should we hire you? That's a real important question, and a question that a lot of people get wrong when they're trying to answer. Because here's the thing, they're trying to find about you, specifically what part of you would be a good employee for the job. They don't care about your personal issues. So never say anything that's just about you. Say stuff that's just about you that would help you get the job. So the sample they give, I am punctual, dependable, and can be counted upon to finish what I start. I get a great deal of satisfaction from knowing that I've done something well and at the time. For example, at my present job, I was given different work orders every day. It was my responsibility to finish the orders and make sure they all met quality and safety standards. So yeah, there you go. That would be a pretty good answer. If you want to say that you're a hard worker and you have no job experience, you can mention your grade point average, or how many, if you're taking college courses. Those are things that are going to make you stand out, because not everybody applying for jobs is going to be, even if they're going to high school, not everybody's taking college courses. So that's what you want to do. You want to mention the stuff that makes you stand out, makes you special, not the stuff that's more about personal. Don't say like, oh, I like comics, or I like to play sports. Focus on turning those into things that make you sellable. Like if you're trying to get a job at a comic book shop, that's where saying, oh, well, I've read comic books ever since I could read. I learned to read from a comic book, and I kind of know not just about the histories of comics, but I think I'd like to think that if you tell me what type of hero or what type of stories you like, I could point you in the right direction of what type of comic you want to read. Or I work well on a team. I played football since I was a kid, and because of that, not only do I know how to work well with others, but I know how to follow orders. Those two things tell someone about yourself, and they give reasons to why you want to get hired. So let's skip a few more. How well do you work under pressure or tight deadlines? Now again, this question indicates that the job you're applying for will involve working under pressure. Give examples of volunteer or paid work that involve pressure and deadlines. You could mention that we always face to face with pressure and deadlines in our lives, and you do not mind the stress. So this one is something that y'all should be very familiar with, because y'all go to school, y'all have homework, y'all have tests, y'all have deadlines that you have to deal with. So you already know about that. So you want to reinforce that, well, especially if you have extracurriculars or things that you do outside of school, in addition to homework and the class work that you have to do, that's what you want to reinforce. You want to say things like, well, I think I work very well under pressure. It's not that I'm a procrastinator. It's just that if I get something done, I'm always, kind of double checking and checking to make sure that's perfect. I'm kind of a perfectionist in that regard. But I find that being a perfectionist just makes me sure that if there's a deadline looming, I'll know that I have this much more time to double check and make sure, make sure everything's okay. For example, I had a project in school where, we thought everything was going okay, me and my group, to present. But then, like near at the last minute, I found that there was one part missing. The rest of my group members were kind of freaking out. Me, what I did was said, no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of this. Y'all just make sure that y'all have y'all's parts for the project. So yeah, give examples. Don't just say that you work well under pressure, but give examples of how you work under pressure. So I think that's going to be enough of those questions. But yeah, the most important thing to remember for mock interviews, or for any type of interview, is that you want to tell stuff about you that makes you stand out. You want to give examples. Don't just say I'm a hard worker. Say why you're a hard worker. Because everyone's going to say they're a hard worker. Everyone's going to say they're trustworthy. Everyone's going to say these generic terms that make them stand out. It's up to you to make yourself stand out. And I got a question. Do we have to make a new resume and cover letter because the instructions say to do so? No, you don't have to. You can use the one that you already used. So yeah, you don't have to come up with a new resume or cover letter. Just go ahead and use the one that you've already done. But yeah, that's a good question. I always get people answer those questions. So I'm going to go ahead and mute, but as y'all's questions come in, I'll keep refreshing, and hopefully y'all will send me the questions, or if any of y'all want to do some practice interviewing, go right ahead. If you wanted to send me post a question on the group, I'll answer that as an example. Or, you can always just come in, ask it, and then leave, and then I'll give you the answer. Or you can give me some questions, and I'll ask them to you and see how you answer, and then maybe you can, maybe I can give you some constructive feedback after that. So I'm going to mute the microphone, but I'll still be here. We're going for till 1 today, so y'all have plenty of time to come in and talk to me if you need to. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. If you want me to interview you, feel free to send me your questions and a time when I can call you to interview over the phone, or when we can interview or do the interview over Google Hangout. We don't have to do one that's broadcasted. It could just be me and you. Be sure you have your parents' permission, though, so that they know that I'm interviewing you for a class and not just because I'm weird. Also, next week I'll be doing some practice speech or informative speeches. So if you have any questions about those, hopefully that will help you out. But yeah, thanks for coming. I'll go ahead and see you all later. Bye.